What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. And I actually have decided what I am going to call this section of our YouTube channel. We're going to call it the Persevere Performance Podcast. Um, yeah, the team helped me come up with it. I definitely believe that through this platform and through this part of this platform, my biggest goal is just to help you guys perform better, man. And whatever it is, man, whether it's in fitness, whether it's in life, whether it's in business, whatever I can share with you guys out of the things that I'm learning and I'm growing through to help you guys evolve and grow through as well. So, with that being said, today's episode, I really want to talk about discipline. I made a post today on my Instagram that said discipline equals self-discipline equals self-love. And I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper into that because I do believe that discipline has just people have a weird picture on discipline. A lot of people look at discipline as like punishment, right? As like this rigid thing that you just follow to the T and you're just like have no fun. There's no flexibility, whatever. But I beg to differ, man. I definitely, as I continue to grow, and as I'm continuing to grow in my self-discipline, and I still consider the fact that I still got a very long way to go. But as I continue to grow in it, I've found that discipline equals freedom. What do I mean by that? So, for example, right? What can I use as an example? So the discipline of getting up early and giving yourself enough time to pack your lunches, get to the gym, and get a workout before you get to work. That right there eliminates the stress of hitting the snooze button and waking up late and not being able to pack your lunches, and now you have to eat out and you didn't even make it to the gym because you woke up late. So when I say discipline equals freedom, I mean being disciplined. And the biggest thing that I want to, okay, so like since we are on the subject of discipline, what does discipline actually mean? Discipline means doing the things you know you have to do, whether you feel like doing them or not. Yeah, so getting up early, right? That's a perfect example. There's gonna be some days, actually most days. I'll use myself as an example. 60% of the time, I don't feel like getting up at 2:40 in the morning. That's fucking early. And sometimes, maybe I didn't get great sleep. Maybe the dogs interrupted my sleep. Maybe it was hot in the room, so I kept waking up. Maybe I had to use the restroom multiple times. Or maybe I went to bed a little later because I drank caffeine a little too late in the day. But at the end of the day, regardless of how I felt, right, or regardless of the type of sleep I got, or it doesn't matter. Discipline in the sense of waking up early is getting up early regardless of how I feel. And that right there gives me freedom for the rest of my day in the sense of like me being ready, me being prepared, me coming into my day with a sense of accomplishment already because I was disciplined enough to keep that very first promise I make to myself. Right? And yeah, I kind of just want to, obviously touch base on that, talking about promises. Self-love and self-confidence is something that we build. It's not something that is just given or we're just born with. And there's only one way we can build those, is through keeping promises to ourselves day in and day out. Bedros Keuilian, I think, explained this the best, man. credit score. Let's talk about that, right? When you have a high credit score, banks and companies and um, whatever dealerships trust you to give you a loan a lot more because you've built a reputation of being able to pay things on time. Self confidence and self love is literally that credit score you have with yourself, right? The reputation you've built through the promises you've kept to yourself or didn't keep to yourself. And I think that's a massive piece to this subject in self-discipline, right? And why I believe it's the highest form of self-love. The more disciplined you are, man, the more trust you are going to build with yourself. Being able to get up and do the things you know you need to do to build the life and the person that you want to become. Yeah, man, nobody can take that from you. Nobody can take that away from you. You are the only one that knows, and you are the only one that gets to experience it. And I think being self-disciplined, right, and being able to choose long-term satisfaction over short-term gratification or immediate gratification, right? Yes, the donut may taste really good right now, but long term, if your goal is to get leaner, if your goal is to get stronger, if your goal is to perform better, that donut's probably not going to do or take you to where you want to go in the sense of that goal. And these promises can be very, very, very small, right? And they don't have to start with these crazy, massive promises, but like simple things like just getting up early and waking up to that very first alarm could be your first promise. And the more you start stacking that wake up and waking up early and stacking, you start to build confidence in yourself and the fact that you are keeping that promise to yourself. So then you start making another promise, and then you keep that promise and you build more confidence, and then you stack another promise on top of that, and then little by little you have this compound of promises you keep into yourself. And I think, at the end of the day, like, that's where you start to build that self-confidence and that self-love. I believe, and I tell this to a lot of people, all my clients, is self-love and self-confidence is being able to look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and say, no matter what else is going on outside, I know I got myself. I know that I am going to keep the promises I make to me. So, yeah, guys, and this comes from somebody that is trying to build that discipline consistently and trying to build that self-confidence consistently. And I'm not perfect, but I can confidently say that I am pretty disciplined. I am stacking way more promises towards my confidence bank than not. And I think, yeah, that's why I'm so passionate about it, man. That's why I literally try to pass this down to anybody and everybody because, like I said, I still got a long way to go, but I can confidently tell you that I am way more confident than I was 2, 3, 4 years ago when I was fucking off, sitting on my fucking couch, finding ways to numb whatever the fuck I had going on, and always ignoring that voice of like, dude, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I hope today's episode was helpful, guys, and if it was, make sure you like, comment, and share with anybody who you think could benefit from this. Yeah, always remember, we're stronger together. See you guys on the next episode.